back to the Brew Crew Podcast, everyone. This is day 19.
19.
Of the Advent Calendar. Brew Crew Podcast, Barrel House Advent Calendar.
2024.
Co-branded, but not really. Today we got Gush Your Mouth. This is by DankHouse Brewing Company. First time I've ever done DankHouse. I never even heard of DankHouse until today. This is a beer, obviously. All of the beers were put in by Sarah at the Barrel House. But
thank you, Sarah.
This beer I would have found by can art alone.
It's fabulous.
But because I didn't need to, I'm glad it was included. This is a sour ale with natural flavor, strawberry, blueberry, and natural flavoring, whatever that means. Peace and thank you.
Yeah, peace and thank you.
All right, let's crack
6 point something.
I'm looking forward to this one. I'm supposed to have... I'll talk about it in a second. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Perfect crack. We're supposed to have Bob... Oh, we were supposed to roll it. Dang it, I knew I would forget. I always forget. I'm just going to swirl it. Supposed to have Bobby and Frank today, but I guess they had to get... something happened to Bobby's car. He's got to get work. So Sunday. We're going to do that Sunday. That'll be the 21st, I think? 22nd. That'll be the 22nd.
Yeah.
So here we go. So we're going to drink this sour ale here from DankHouse. So obviously with a name like DankHouse, you're probably a brewery that focuses mostly on IPAs. But we'll see how this sour goes.
Look at that sour. Beautiful. Look at that beautiful right there. You know the SFIL likes that.
Pretty good.
Oh, it smells good. I smelled it before it came out of there.
Yeah, definitely.
Strawberry and blueberry. It's going to be like a great lemonade, a strawberry blueberry lemonade or something.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that.
The can art is phenomenal.
Can art's phenomenal. I'll bring it up to the...
We're going to switch roles tonight a little bit.
Yeah, you go ahead and you can do it.
Because...
you can do a can art boner segment.
Yeah, because John knows more about this beer than I do, probably, because he's a sour guy.
No, I got it. You sit. I'll do it. That way, now everyone's at the camera. And we got someone on screen.
I thought you were going to get a towel or something.
No, I was getting up to do this. Sorry.
Look at that.
I should have communicated.
See the dude with the crew cut, which is really a bag of...
Look at that can.
I don't know. And look at what's coming out of his mouth. You got the orange and the blue coming out of there, and the orange looks like it's an extension of what's coming out of the volcano underneath his hand. And then he's got some eyeballs popping out of his head looking at the volcano. We don't know what it means, but it's cool.
I know what it means. It means drink beer.
Drink beer, and while you're drinking beer, eat something in a bag that looks like dried fruit, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
but it's very cool.
Maybe
very
like
cool.
fruit gushers.
Yes.
Fruit,
nice.
Fruit things. What are those called? Fruit snacks?
The JT makes the connection.
Because gush your mouth.
I think he just used data science to come to that. Was that interpolation or extrapolation?
That would just be
a time series, maybe.
Yeah, none of the above. Just normal analysis.
Swami's the expert on time series.
Yeah, he is.
Check it out.
Right. No one knows any of these people, so we're just going to move right on.
Yes. It's, wow, you can definitely, I smelled the fruit, and it was, look, arm's length away when I cracked it, and I smelled the fruit already coming off of it. I smelled the strawberries and the blueberries. I still am getting that out of it. Yeah, it's, but it's still got some, awesome characteristics of a beer. I smell some breadiness from the yeast. It's pretty interesting.
Smells like a sour.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't get as much fruit on the nose as Phil. I get more of the beer. But I guess breadiness.
Oh.
Sour ale. The flavor, there's a ton of flavor of fruit, obviously. There's fruit in here because it tells you to roll it.
Yep. I rolled it after.
Roll this one upside down for consistent pour. Contains real fruit. Yeah, we messed that one up. And I read it before. 6%. I read it before we hit record and, forgot.
I poured like maybe a third of it in, and then I rolled it like kind of sideways, but I didn't put it upside down.
They're out of Newark, Ohio. I don't even know where that is.
I was going to ask you, because I saw that earlier when we were coming out here, and I didn't know where the heck Newark is.
No clue.
All right, Chuggalos, who knows where Newark is? Post in the link below.
Yeah, there you go.
It's good.
We could just Google it, but we're not gonna.
SFIL, the recovering non-sour drinker. How's that sound? I went into a 12-step program, and now I can drink sours.
Well, that's good.
Isn't that good?
We got plenty of them. It's a great beer. It's a great style of beer. Doesn't get enough credit for being a great beer.
This particular instance of this style, I'm finding particularly delightful. It's not too sour.
No,
I
want more sour.
You want more cowbell sour?
Yeah, I want more sour.
I'm good the way it is.
Yeah.
I could go a little more sour though.
Yeah, I want more sour.
But the fruit is really nice. There's a lot of fruit in there. They didn't skimp on that at all. So there's plenty of depth and character and breadth to the whole. Not breath as in breathing breath, but like breath like width.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of great fruit texture and flavor in there, which really makes it a pleasant drink. I'm liking this one a lot.
Cool. Go ahead and review it.
All right, here goes.
Talk about it, give your score.
Some sweetness right up front. You got sweetness that's coming across your tongue. I wonder if they put any adjuncts in here, any sweeteners, because it tastes like it.
Well, they put the fruit in there.
Well, they did, and not all of it fermented, obviously, because you can still taste sweetness and sugar in there, which is nice for a sour. You know, it kind of helps balance the sour out. When it comes across your tongue, you definitely get the sour notes firing up, but really a nice balance with the sweetness. So you get the sweet first, and then that kind of tempers the sour that comes after it, and the finish is this beautiful, fruity, wonderful. Wow, it's great. It almost reminds me of blueberry syrup. You know, like you go to Hasty Tasty, and you get a blueberry syrup.
IHOP blueberry syrup.
Yeah, IHOP. Yeah, it's got a little bit of that, but you still got, but you're still tasting the strawberry on the top of the waffle or pancake that you just ate with the blueberry syrup, and you get a little bit of the yeast. So it's almost like it's like a pancake with a strawberry and some blueberry syrup on the top.
All right.
That's what I'm going with. I'm sticking to it.
That makes sense.
I'm loving
the
it.
Ingredients.
I am loving it. And, it doesn't have a super long finish like the one we had last 2 nights, but it's got the finish is a good length so you can still taste it and enjoy it after you've swallowed it. I like that. I like it a lot. I'm ready with my score.
All right.
But I'm not going to reveal it until
give
your review first, and then we'll score.
I'll give my review. All right. I think this is a good beer. I think it has a lot of the right stuff in it. And it's made well. I think it could be more sour. That's one complaint I have. I think that there's 3 things going on in this beer. None of them stand out as the supreme thing that's going on in this beer. There's the strawberries, the blueberries, and the sour beer.
Yeah.
I do wish that there was more character in like 1 or 2 of those things, and less in I think with the IPA we had, that was a 5. The balance actually made sense. Here in this case, when you first start learning how to make smoothies, for example, when you first start making smoothies for yourself, like if you start working out, you maybe put some protein in there, and you put fruit in there. If you put the same weight of bananas and strawberries, they tend to blend together and cancel each other out. Not totally. There's fruit. You still taste the fruit, but you want to go more with one and less with the other, and that way you can really have a standout flavor. That's just my experience. Maybe not everyone experiences that, but I think that's what's happening here. There's too much balance. There's too much balance in this beer. It's really, really good. It's a smoothie sour. It's got all the characteristics of, a really good smoothie sour. But the one thing that separates this brewery from 450 is that 450 is going to at least give you one of the flavors on the can as the star of the show. It's really rare that a 450 or a Tripping Animals or a Drecker will balance it out this much. But is that a complaint? No, I mean, this beer is really good. I'm not going to sit here and say that they did bad. They did really good on this beer. It's just, I think it still leaves something to be desired. But what is good about this beer is the promise. Because as far as I'm concerned, maybe these guys have been around for a while. I should look it up. But since it's the first time I've seen them, They're new to me. And what I'm tasting in this beer is a bright future of making delicious sours and smoothie sours and things like that. Yeah, I mean, it's got all the right notes. Yep. It just needs a little bit. I think it just needs more character. That's all. So that's my review.
Not having nearly the historical ancestry of having drank a lot of sours prior to the last 2 years. What I can say about this, and in particular, in the framework of the frame of reference of this advent calendar, the last 2 days and really the last 7 days, we've probably had 4 great beers.
Yeah.
And so this beer, you're following a tough act, when you're following that kind of a track record in our advent calendar this season. But this beer doesn't let up on anything. It's actually standing on its own, and it's pretty damn good.
It does stand on its own.
So I like it. I'm going to give it a 5.
Boom. I like it too. I'm not shitting on this beer. It's a great beer. I think, in my opinion, it doesn't. It needs something to get to a 5. I'm at a 4.25, which is a great score. Like it's a phenomenal score, and I would buy this again. But what this beer really does for me is it puts them on the map and tells me, go buy DankHouse beers.
Yeah, and keep your eye on it.
Like, I want to know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because I want to follow this trajectory as they become great.
Good point.
Love it. So, like, it's one of those things where it's like, we have that scale. Would you drink it again? Would you buy it again? Would you go out and look for it? This beer does something different. It makes you go look for the brewery.
Yep.
I think. I love the can art. The can art is, without a doubt, best can art of the calendar.
Yes, absolutely.
It's unique. It's colorful. It's vibrant. It has it's just a great can art. It's kind of got like this realism look to it, where it's not a cartoon hand. It's a real hand. But you can tell it's drawn still.
It's very well done. It's very well done.
Very well done. Catches your eye. Love it. It's awesome.
Yeah. The thing about sours is, for me, it makes me step outside of my box, well outside of my box, because you can't judge a sour like this like you can a traditional beer.
Yeah.
It's not all about the hops. The hops take a back seat to everything, the fruit. And you can't judge it based on the malt they use, the different styles of malt, the sweetness versus the dryness, and the caramel flavor or caramel color versus the lighter or darker, the roasted malt and all that stuff. None of that matters. It has to be judged and evaluated on a completely different scale.
Yep.
And that's what I like, because
I like that too.
It's taken me out of my...
And
now I appreciate it, because I see that, and I don't try to do that. I try to look at it on its own or with other sours that we've tasted, and I'm really enjoying that, because my own palate's growing a lot in the last 2 years just by that fact. So I really appreciate and respect these beers.
That's why I think, like, people throw shade, if you will, at sours, but I actually think sours represent craft beer more than a lot of other beers, because it is a craft and it's an art. It's like if you were a hobbyist, which a lot of brewers are, and you were trying to, push the line a little bit. You were trying to do something different or add to your portfolio something that's unique. You can make IPAs till the cows come home, but at the end of the day, adding a different hop style, maybe doing the malts differently, there's really only so much you can do. With a sour, you have it's like the Bob Ross of beers. You just have so much you can do with it.
Yeah. And
it really is an art to get it right. You can get this sour right at a 4.25, and now you could really get it right. You could nail it. And for me, you already are there. And imagine there's so much 450 does. It's crazy. They've had beers that were already 5s, and then they throw marshmallows in it. There's beers that are already 5s and they go up an X. It's just crazy. It's amazing what these companies can do with it. And I think people need to give sours another look. You just need to be ready for the sour and the fruit.
So, exactly. I'd agree with you 100%. And for those of you who are of my vintage and have a sideways, blind eye cast upon sours, I was there.
He was there.
With you. He knows because it took him like 2 full years.
Oh yeah, he looked down on me. He said, "You're not a real beer drinker. You don't know anything about beer."
I did not say that to
You're like, "I'm a superior beer drinker. I like my Kolsch's warm.
Oh God!
I like my Pilsners with 4 ingredients."
I think I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. No, no. It's just I'm here to tell you, you can walk on the wild side. You can step over the line and try something you've not tried before. And trust me, you're going to like it. The things
you're going to like it.
I mean, this is DankHouse. They're brand new, right? We've had 450 North, awesome sours. Branch and Bone, awesome sours.
Yep.
Urban Artifact, awesome sours.
Awesome sours.
Tripping Animals,
awesome sours.
I mean, we've got most
Drecker.
Drecker, amazing.
Drecker.
But and yet some of those we haven't even had in the advent calendar because we didn't pick,
Yeah.
But we've had. I mean, they're every bit as craftsman-like. They take every bit as much craftsmanship as that 5-point beer, the IPA that we had the other night.
Yeah.
So it's fun. It's been a really fun advent calendar because it's been a lot of mix.
I'll say that I think a lot of these breweries, we remember them because of the sours they made.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
it's undeniable. Like Branch and Bone was introduced to me at the Ale Fest through a peach tea Berliner Weiss, which is kind of like the pre-sour.
Yeah.
And I remember it to this day. And had I have not had that beer, I really don't think that I would have the accolade for Branch and Bone that I do. But because that beer crossed paths with me, I know what they're capable of.
Yeah.
But if you're just giving me a bunch of IPAs, even if it's the best damn IPA I've ever had, I think I just don't get the idea of what you're capable of.
Here's a test. I love Branch and Bone. It was one of the first Ohio breweries I really fell in love with after I moved here, because I think that's one of the first beers you gave me after I moved.
Probably.
But I'm sorry, except for Nowhere in particular, which I started having before I moved here. Is it really?
Yeah, it's a crazy. What? I don't know what's going on over there. Yeah, they sold it to somebody and they changed the name to Illuminati.
Oh, no.
I know, right? I said the same thing. I have a gift card for that place.
That place was amazing. John took me down there before I even lived here.
Yeah, when you were a guest.
Years, yeah.
You left a bunch of beer here and I drank it.
Yeah, I bought like every different beer they had there. That's how much I liked it. But Branch and Bone, the first beer I had, I think, was an ale. I can't remember if it was an IPA or a spin on a pail or something.
Probably, I don't know. We went and sat on the patio.
Yeah, and I loved it just for that. And then the next beer I tried was like a sour or something else, and I was like, what the heck is that? Yeah. That's good. And I didn't fancy myself as liking sours. So
he does now.
I got a soft spot for Branch and Bone. They're great, and they're a great place to go, actually. We've been there. So
you know who's got a great sour? Underrated sour, I would say. Carillon.
Really?
Carillon has a base sour.
Really?
And you can order it with a side of like raspberry syrup. All made there. I don't think the syrup is bought. Because Carillon, for those who don't know, Carillon is a historical park here in Dayton. It pretty much tells the history of the entire city from start to finish, from start to today. But on site, they have a brewery, and they brew all their beer like as if it was 1850 or whatever. I don't know, pre-Civil War, I think. And they have a sour, and you can go there and eat. I take people there all the time. It's a really great place.
Yeah.
But they have a sour that you can drink. You can order the base sour and just drink that. But they also could serve it with this raspberry stuff that you put in there. You could mix it in. It's really good.
I've been to Carillon we've been to Carillon together a number of times. I've not had their sour, but
it's good beer.
What's interesting about Carillon though too,
I think it's a Berliner Weiss. But
they brew traditional German brews.
German beers, yeah.
And the German beers are excellent there, and they're all brewed right there on premises. They have their operations right there. You can see everything.
Yeah, wood fire, and everything. Like there's nothing electronic.
It's great. Their beer is top notch. It's excellent, and their food is also. You can get a lot of different types of food there when you go there to eat, but they specialize in some German stuff. Like you can get
You get Reuben.
you can get you can
get some schnitzel.
Yeah, schnitzel's a big one. Spätzle, you can get spätzle there.
You can get some
Wurst, all different kinds of wurst. Bratwurst, and
you can get some chimichangas.
can you really?
No.
I was gonna say, what's
That's
making
Mexican.
this shit up now?
Yeah, you can get some Polish sausage.
Yes, that's not German. That's
Not
Polish.
German. Well, it was German for a short time.
Yeah, after they invaded them, right?
Right.
We don't want to talk about that.
Well, I mean, it's history, but
Mm-hmm.
that's the sour. That's it. That's
Wow.
DankHouse. Got a 5 and a 4.25. Strawberry
pretty good
blueberry
scores.
sour ale.
I wonder what everyone else thought of it.
I bet you they gave it a 6.
6. People like my score. I want to see what Matt gave it. Did Matt give it a?
I think Matt gave it a 4.25.
Did
And
he?
I don't know that. I didn't watch this video.
You're gonna guess?
I'm guessing 4.25 on that.
I'm gonna guess he gave it a 4.6.
I was really hoping that we'd have Bobby and Frank for this one, but I'm actually glad we don't. Because I don't think that they would be able to distinguish enough about this beer. So Sunday they're going to join us. That's when we're doing the 10th anniversary beer.
Oh.
And that one's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be, Frank is going to hate it. It's going to be awesome.
Has Frank liked anything?
No, he hasn't liked a single beer yet.
He hasn't rated anything.
He hasn't liked a single beer yet. Yeah, he'll go and drink some vodka bullshit mix. I know that's a young person's thing. I'm not like ragging on my nephew. Like that's just what young people like. But my biggest problem and the thing that I want to have this episode with Frank. I want him to try to taste it.
Oh yeah.
Like I want to teach him how to think. Think about the front of your palate. Think about the back of your palate. Think about the breath. Just like actually put some thought. Don't just take a sip and be like, oh, it's bad, 0, and then give it to Bobby. We're gonna do some teaching.
I wish he were here.
If he was here, it would be amazing because we'd probably have like a 3-hour episode.
We'd hotbox him. You and I would just
Well,
No, we wouldn't do that to you, Frankie.
Yeah.
We wouldn't do that.
Anyway, so hopefully that's coming on Sunday.
Looking forward to it.
Everyone is. That's it. That's day 19.
All right, Chuggalos.
DankHouse.
Yeah, DankHouse. Gush your mouth.
Gush your mouth.
Awesome.